Brent Tonisson, the #1 ranked player, using that almost signature Gardevoir deck, right, against Caleb Rogerson with another signature deck of his. He's been running Dengo with Dragapult. He got top 4 in Monterey with it a few weeks back. He lost to Brent, I believe, in that top 4 match, and Brent went on to win the event, so I'm sure he'll be really wanting to get his revenge here.
Yeah, that salty run back for this Swiss round 7, trying to make it 7-0 in our day 1 here in Milwaukee. Now, Dengo EX has been a deck that has been played throughout this entire Journey Together format. It's been pretty consistent. I don't really think until Monterey it was that the Dragapult EX line kind of was just shoved in there. And it's like, I like drawing cards a lot with coin bonus. Why not draw more cards with Recon Directive?
Yeah, Recon Directive, a really nice extra partner for Dengo, and Dragapult EX, a very good backup attacker, right? If you're wanting a non-ability to bypass those pesky cornerstones, Dragapult is a perfect partner. Trackload helps attack, Dragapult becomes an attacker. And yeah, I mean, we did see, I believe, Grant Manley get very close to top cut in Atlanta in the first tournament. He was using a different version of the deck with like Crispins and whatnot to have Dragapult as a more active attacker or more readily available attacker. But it seems like the best pilot so far of this deck is definitely Caleb.
And of course, you can't really mention Brent without just the meta defining of this Gardevoir list. And wow, look at these prizes. 3 Professor Research in the prize cards for Brent, that Energy Search Pro Ace Spec in the prize cards for Caleb, along with that Fire, which is actually pretty important because they only play, what, 1 Fire energy, and actually Caleb's only playing 1 Psychic energy as well, so not really going to be able to attack with that Dragapult a lot of the times.
Yeah, Dragapult not available as an attacker, Energy Search Pro also not available, Mukidori not available, and then Brent with 3 of the 8 draw supporters in the prize cards, only having 5 left. I mean, Cleffa is going to have to put in a lot of work in this round, most likely because you don't have refinement anymore, right? So having consistent supporters every turn is going to be quite difficult, and the further along we go in this match, Iono becomes less and less useful in terms of a draw card.
Brent has 3 Nest Ball in hand. Caleb just attached to the active and passed the turn with a Gimmighoul on the bench as well. Now Brent is going to do some prize checking, but this will give us some good time to talk about kind of the differences in Gardevoir that has been brought to us in Journey Together. We had Henry Chow take down Atlanta with that Gardevoir list, with that 1-2 and Zoroark EX, just utilizing trade to really kind of thin through the deck and give you some play against Iono and Unfair Stamp. Brent was like, no, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to introduce the Cleffa, as you said, and 4 Night Stretchers just to be able to recur all of these tech Pokemon. Which list do you think is kind of the standard going forward? I know this list also won Seville, right?
Yeah, I think that definitely almost settled the debate, right? Something similar to Brent's list played by Matthew Burries, another Australian player, got top 32 in Atlanta. Brent managed top 128, but then the next event he went on to win with this, and we haven't really seen Zoroark have any like top tier success outside of Henry Chow, right? So I do feel like if you're up against Gardevoir, you're more likely to be going up against Brent 60 than Henry Chow 60 at this point. Henry's also made, I'm sure, some changes to his list since then. So, but in general, like I would imagine about 80% of the Gardevoirs are more similar to Brent's than similar to Henry's.
It's definitely interesting to see how that kind of evolved throughout these few tournaments that we've had in this format. Now, Brent, with that triple Nest Ball, finds double Ralts and that Cleffa energy attachment to the active, so you can retreat into that Grasping Draw. And here we see Iono drawing 6 cards.
No, I'm pretty sure Caleb didn't have a great hand, so he's going to be very, very thankful for that Iono. I always call him like the friendship Ionos, where your opponent is just helping you out quite a bit. And yeah, I mean, I really think this Cleffa is going to have to put in a lot of work here. There's 1 supporter already exhausted, 3 in the prize card, so that means 4 supporter cards left. And Haven't seen it yet, but I think as the game drags on for a little bit longer, we might see Brent have a lot of like awkward turns.
Now, it wasn't 4 supporters, but 4 nest balls were played this turn 1 from Brent. The 4th one finding that Monkey Dory, and then you played down the Pheasantipity X just to thin the hand out a little bit so this grasping draw can draw 3 cards.
Yep. Pretty solid hand, no Iono or Research in there though. And that Clefairy X being on the bench is actually pretty annoying for Brent. The math never works out to where Clefairy X can reach for a 1-hit KO on a Goldengo. Even if they have a full bench, your maximum damage is 220. I guess with double Monkey Dory, you can pull it off. But usually that's not the Pokemon you want to be using to attack. It's all about the Drifloon. It's all about those Bravery Charms having a 2-for-1 price trade. That's going to be the end game, if you will. Now, this is Caleb's first search through the deck. So now he's going to find out the bad news that Energy Surge Pro is not, in fact, available.
Yeah, I think that's rough, too, because Caleb has that Arven supporter in the hand to be able to search it out if it was. Now, Buddy Poffin does find that Dreepy and another Gimme Ghoul.
Yep.
And with Caleb shuffling up, I think we might see a coin bonus first.
Yeah, coin bonus. You already have the energy readily available to take the knockout. Finds 2 follow-up supporters, not too bad. Does have a Draw Cloak for next turn. I feel like you would feel pretty safe that your Goldengo is not going to get KO'd this upcoming turn. So I feel like you just go for the KO. There's definitely merit to consider going for Technical Machine Evolution just to have a much more reliable setup overall. But that's Hypermaniac. All but confirms we're not going to go for that.
Yeah, this is going to allow Caleb just to set up for the next turn. You know, he's eyeing down that Goldengo EX, and then whatever other card you grab, you're just going to be able to draw with coin bonus the following turn.
Yeah.
And now, Brent does have that one of Professor Turo's scenario in the hand that could be used to pick up that Lily's Clefairy EX, which is a liability against a deck like Goldengo EX. Goldengo wants to take those 2/2/2 prize mappings a lot of the time.
Does also have the Iono option once again, but Iono definitely becomes much weaker if you see your opponent use Hypermaniac, put 2 cards at the top, and then not draw them, right? If you Iono them into those 2 cards, I mean, you're not helping them, they're going to find them anyways, but it's less effective in the sense that they have a lot more control over what they're doing, as we see them make it rain with Water Energy, coincidentally.
Brent brings up that Lily's Clefairy EX. I think this kind of eyes down just exactly using that Professor Turo scenario to pick it back up. You see Badoo drawn from that Flip the Script.
Yeah, really good 3 cards. Vessel, Psychic, and Badoo. I mean, that's really, really perfect. Brent's definitely going to be looking to hide behind that Badoo pretty much and slow down Caleb just a little bit. A single energy is enough to get the KO, however, on the Badoo, unless we see a Bravery Charm, which I'm not seeing right now.
We're actually discarding the Badoo.
All right.
With Ultra Ball. Finding that Gardevoir EX. Can we just see Rare Candy right now?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be, right? Is there a Bravery Charm available on Drifloon to just get an immediate return KO? That would be crazy to see here, Jeremy.
I mean, that is the kind of like all-in nature of this version of Gardevoir EX.
Yep.
We see the Curlia. There's Night Stretcher. Oh. No, he was trying to Rare Candy, but Night Stretcher hit the discard pile. They're going to force him to play it here. He grabbed back Cleffa. Badoo.
Like it's Badoo. All right, so slight mishap there. You can see Brent is shaking quite a bit. And we have Iono, so okay. The Clefairy is going to stay in play. There's no Drifloon, so just very aggressive. Let's see what he has planned here.
Couple Ultra Ball found, a Scream Tail, another Psychic Energy. We could just Scream Tail, maybe take a knockout on the Dreepy on the bench. Another Gimme Ghoul.
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's a 1-for-1 trade, so not super impactful. You could also hit with Clefairy to a decent amount of damage and then just knock out with Monkey Dory over the course of 2 turns. you'd still be behind a price card, right? But I mean, Brent just needs to KO 3 Goldingos, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to worry about anything else. So even if he goes down 3 price cards, if he can get like an in-between turns KO or during his turn KO with Adrenabrains and then into knocking out Goldingo, then that would be fine. Now, we see a fun interaction. The mistakenly played Night Stretcher into the Badoo, into putting it back into the deck, into redrawing it with the Ultra Ball. We could also just see an Itchy Pollen for 0 damage.
Yeah, but if that Itchy Pollen is used this turn, I would have rather thought that the Professor Turo would have been the perfect supporter.
Yeah.
But there we see the Psychic Embrace putting that energy on the Clefairy, retreats it, and now we're going to have an Itchy Pollen.
After the Adrenabrain, yep, there we go. I mean, Brent might have just tried to high roll Drifloon plus Bravery Charm, right? If he had gotten Bravery Charm, he got the Ultra Roll for it. Just, it's pretty good that he's been drawing, like he had a turn 1 Iono, turn 2 Iono, and he has another Iono in his hand when there's 3 Research. And when he was price checking, I saw he put all his Pokemon to the front, so he knows exactly what Pokemon are priced. I don't know if he's very aware that he has 3 Professors Research priced just yet. He might have an inkling now that he hasn't seen a single one and only Ionos.
Yeah, I guess another card that would have been a great top deck was that Secret Box Ace Spec, being able to find the Bravery Charm along with the Drifloon. But now it is back up to Caleb's side of things. Cypher Maniac's Codebreaking is such a powerful supporter for a deck like Golden Go EX when essentially all of your Pokemon say draw at least 1 card off the top of your deck. Being able to search your deck for any 2 cards, put them on top is pretty good.
Biggest issue for Caleb right now is that he doesn't have a lot of energy access, right? There's one there. He will need to find another one to knock out this Badoo, which is fine. But if he has to get a big knockout on a Gardevoir EX attacking or even trying to go after the Serendipity, 5 energies right now doesn't seem like an easy feat. And that's why we are seeing that Earthen Vessel get put to the top. We cannot play it this turn, but all we need is 1 energy to be able to knock out this Badoo, and then we will have access to those 2 energies afterwards.
Now both cards get placed on top of the deck, and not even using coin bonus, trying to play around another Iono here, taking the knockout with that Golden Go. Now 4 prize cards left for Caleb, and Brent is still trying to get together an attacker here.
Yeah, relentless aggression from Caleb. Now 2 prizes ahead with the Jamming Tower still being available. I think that's going to be the key card here. You time the Jamming Tower perfectly when there's a Drifloon with enough damage to get KO'd during your turn, and then that 2-for-1 price trade-off is no longer relevant. And if you can combine that with Boss's Orders to knock out Serendipity or Gardevoir EX, then all of a sudden you put yourself down to 1 price card. You have a lot of protection from Iono with a coin bonus, and getting 1 last KO is not too difficult.
Brent is deep in the tank here, trying to figure out this turn. We do see that Scream Tail hit the bench.
Yeah, no Drifloon whatsoever. We do see the Professor Turo picking up the Clefairy.
Kirlia to the active. You can always retreat that with a Psychic Embrace.
Yeah, it's going to become another Gardevoir EX immediately, or we're just going to find the second Monkey Dory.
Now with 2 Monkey Dory, that means you can add on 6 damage to your attacks. I think with the 2 already, that does make Miracle Force an out to take the knockout.
Yeah, we can take down the active with Miracle Force indeed.
Would require another Dark Energy though.
Yep, we need another Dark on that Monkey Dory. Then we get 2 extra damage counters right there. We can not take a KO with a Scream Tail on the active, even with double Monkey Dory, which is now impossible. We're just going to be doing 160 somewhere. Bring up the Dreepy, probably to lock that down. 1 retreat cost not too bad for this deck that plays 12, or usually anywhere between 10 to 12 basic energies.
And there is that Roaring Scream. It's going to deal 160 to that bench. Golden Go along with that Adrenabrain damage. Now it is up to 200. That is just 2 Adrenabrains away from getting knocked out, so at least setting up for future
I think
turns.
it's 180 on it.
Well, it had 20. You Adrenabrain 20 from the Curlia over, and then you do 160.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah, 200. That's actually perfect. You're completely correct. Yes.
You've been saying that a lot, Pablo. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong. I mean, you've been very on point today, Jeremy.
Switch drawn for Caleb will at least have the knockout here. Coin bonus gets Arven and a Dark Energy.
Yep.
Card that would be very good in this position is Monkey Dory.
Yeah. Which is also prized, right? Not all
that
the
is
energy
true.
search bro, but the Monkey Dory is prized. So yeah, I mean, even with all of that going against Caleb, he's still in a very commanding position. I mean, I don't know if Brent, he hasn't drawn a Bravery Charm, so it's not like he's avoiding the jamming tower play. He just hasn't been able to pull anything off like that. He could get a crucial, like, Iono double KO Goldengo EX this upcoming turn with the double Adrenabrain play, so that might be what he's looking to accomplish. I don't know if this last card in hand is Iono. I think it might be.
If not, you have that Pheasantipity EX on the bench to try to draw into it.
Yeah.
But there is the boss's orders.
All right.
Actually bringing up that Pheasantipity, and this is going to be a great play from Caleb.
Yeah.
Take away the draw power from Brent, especially with those research in the prize cards, and get 2 prize cards to put you down to 2 as well.
There's the Iono, there's the Dark Energy top deck. So perfect hand recovery. Now, going after the Pheasantipity instead of knocking out the Screamtail accomplishes 2 things. First one is puts Caleb down to like a boss knockout play on the Gardevoir to win the game, but also keeps the energies stuck on the Screamtail. That means these lists are always playing 7 Psychic Energy. Brent can no longer take out 1 KO on one of these Goldengos with Drifloon because all his energies are right here.
Yeah, even here, only having, what, the 2 energy to Psychic Embrace, you're going to have to do the 3rd one just to Adrenabrain to take the knockout on the active.
There you go, yeah, double Adrenabrain knocks out the active. Will promote the Goldengo since Brent is committed to the Screamtail, knows it's 100% safe to bring that up. It's not getting KO'd anytime soon, and we see the Secret Box get played.
Secret Box does open up something like a counter catcher play here. Maybe you strand the Dreepy active yet again and just rinse and repeat.
Yeah, just try to make Caleb with 1 turn, right? That's definitely goal. Or have Caleb overextend to where a Budew locks Caleb out of a potential win. But Brent being very careful. I think at this point he's definitely trying to avoid the jamming tower play 100%. Or I guess we're just doing the jamming tower play possibility right here. Caleb could win the game this turn if he finds jamming tower plus KO, whatever Brent brings up.
That's a lot to ask for, though, because this hand is too Buddy Puffin. Caleb did draw an Arven for the turn, so that could get something like a superior energy retrieval. But no way to search for that jamming tower.
Yeah. We're going to see coin bonus for 1. We see Ultra Ball. That could get Dracloak. That's an extra card, an extra thin. And we have the Arven. There's 1 energy. Oh, or we could just get Pheasantipity. That's even better. There's only 1 energy left, so if Caleb overextends or doesn't prepare for the body, this could be a little problematic. Now, the 200 damage on the Goldengo means Brent is in a similar situation. He can go double Adrenabrain, Monkey Dory, KO this Goldengo, and then potentially have a knockout on the last Goldengo, or on the Pheasantipity to win the game.
Wow, okay, Pheasantipity draws superior energy retrieval Night Stretcher. That's not jamming tower, though.
Yeah.
We still have at least 1 more draw with this Goldengo EX.
Another
superior,
but we needed boss, we needed jamming tower. Neither of those cards were found.
Is there a way to draw more cards here?
I think Ultra Ball for Dracloak, but doesn't seem like we're going for that. Okay.
Monkey Dory.
Yeah, Monkey Dory has been unlocked from the prize cards. So Screamtail is not in range of Monkey Dory, but you can put yourself out of range of the double Adrenaline, and that's going to be so huge. There's the Monkey Dory hitting the field. So Caleb's going to make sure that he doesn't lose this turn, this upcoming turn. There's no possible way, I think, for Brent to win, but I tend to be wrong whenever I say that.
Yeah, maybe the third Monkey Dory comes down. Who knows?
Yeah. Ooh, we do see the attach for a turn, so that means Drippy might not even be... Drippy's not coming out of the active spot this turn. We're not going to be attacking.
Caleb just has to hope that next turn we'll be able to cobble together everything.
Yeah. Now 3 onto the Guardy EX without energy and a pass. So now it's on Brent to make something happen. Has the 4th Iono in his hand. I guess he did search for it with the secret box, so it's no surprise there, but it's crazy that with 3 supporters prize, he was still able to piece out everything perfectly. Now, Brent does have a 3rd Monkey Dory in his deck. Unfortunately, it is priced, so we cannot see a triple Monkey Dory to still KO this and KO the Pheasantipity to win this game. Prizes coming into play for both players pretty much in a big way.
Yeah, Brent also used that one of Professor Turo's scenarios, so can't do something like Adrenabrain, Turo it up, attach with Dark, and do it again.
Yep. Now, I think Brent's just going to commit to a knockout on the Pheasantipity this turn. Let Caleb draw the least amount of cards possible. Instead, he's just going to put 2 damage counters on Dengo. He's going to use the other Pheasantipity to put Adrenabrain to put 1 on Pheasantipity and take the KO. So now he's down to 2 prize cards remaining.
Yeah, I haven't really seen that too much, where you Adrenabrain 2 of the 3 to 1, and then the other 1 to the other one. There's the jamming tower from Caleb off that Iono.
Finds the Energy Search Pro of the prize cards, which is now basically an energy search because there's only 1, but it will allow him to shuffle the deck. It's a perfect energy. Allows him to shuffle the deck, gets the energy to retreat the Drippy, and then he does need to find double superior energy retrieval in order to win. But he has Pokegear available as well, and he knows that Arven didn't go to the bottom. Right, so he's much closer to Arven or Cypher Maniac to win the game. There's Arven, there's Cypher Maniac, that's going to do it. Cypher Maniac will put, does he have enough cards though? Will he have enough cards? I mean, yeah, I think there might be.
I think with both coin bonus, you can get there. So you have Energy Search Pro, there's at least 2 energy in the deck. Arven can get you that TM Evo and a superior energy retrieval that's...
Well, but now we can only access 1 superior energy retrieval, right? And we needed 2.
It's going to be close here for sure. Caleb needs 1 prize to be able to win this game, but is staring down a Gardevoir EX with 310 HP. You do have Monkey Dory damage, so that will...
You still need double superior. Yeah, but you still need double superior. There's 2. I feel like the Cypher Maniac was a better choice here. Guaranteed double superior, and you would have enough cards to superior away 2 cards, get 4, and then superior away 2 of those energies, get another 4, and that was the perfect 6.
Well, you need 7 to retreat, right? So you need 1 to retreat, and then...
Yeah, but double superior gets you 8 total. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, okay, never mind.
Yeah, one thing the Arven does is it means you can actually coin bonus into the superiors and then search out the other one. This is exactly what Caleb was able to do here.
Yeah.
And double superior energy retrieval, or make it rain, take the knockout on Gardevoir EX. And just like that, we're going to a game with 2. Dengo on top of Gardevoir retrievals meant taking game 1.
Such a good game. I feel like it was definitely... Caleb had a big advantage since the very beginning, but Brent did everything perfectly to give himself the best chance at winning the game, and he was able to piece Iono after Iono after Iono to get him to this point despite prizing 3 Professor's Research. Now, Caleb's now going to be very happy finding out that the Energy Search Pro is not prized this time around. 1 copy of the 2 Darkness Energy are prized. I think the biggest card being prized right here is like the Gimme Goal.
Yeah.
Right? That's the main one. Everything else you can definitely cope with for sure.
I still want to go back and talk about that last part of game 1. I really do think it's just the Arven gives you extra cards, right? You get to coin bonus to try to draw into the extra cards there. And wow, Professor's Research just discards the entire hand from Brent. What is going on here?
Yeah, nothing else really. I mean, he didn't have Professor's Research last game. Now he had 2 to start off. Lost a few key pieces, right? That counter catcher, a nice stretcher. He does play 2 counter catchers instead of 3. Or rather, he's been playing 2, so now he only has 1 costing option left. That could come in to play quite a bit in the late game.
Yeah, again, this Gardevoir deck has not been playing Boss's Orders and having to rely on counter catcher. Usually we saw the 3 of, now with 2 in the list. It's going to be interesting to see how he kind of navigates this game now. And wow, 2 Psychic Energy in the prize cards.
Yeah, 2 Psychic being prized does mean the damage output could be a little limited. Like, now you need access to all 5 Psychic in your deck in order to take a 1-hit KO with Drifloon, for example. And maneuvering stuff or like your Pokemon around to deal damage, if you commit to a Screamtail, you're only going to have 1 Psychic left to potentially retreat a Gardevoir afterwards if Caleb tries to stall that out for some reason. So 2 Psychic Energy prize when you only play 7, it definitely puts you a little bit against the rope, not only in terms of having access to them, but also finding them, right? Because then your odds of drawing into 1 are much lower.
Brent's hand is not that good after that Professor's Research. Only had the 1 Ralts in play, was able to Earthen Vessel for Dark Energy to get it on the Monkey Dory on the bench, but just double Iono, Night Stretcher, Counter Catcher, and Energy. Caleb had the opportunity to maybe Boss's Orders, take the knockout on the Ralts, but the only supporter in the hand was that Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking. Opted to draw with the bench Golden Go first, just in case you found it.
Yep.
But here, still looking like a pretty good setup. Has that Energy Search Pro, so he will be able to take a knockout on the active Monkey Dory. And from here, it's pretty well set for Golden Go.
Yeah, I mean, last game we saw Brent respond with a Rare Candy Gardevoir, Kirlia full bench into relentless aggression, trying to make Caleb whiff for a couple of turns. This time around, though, I'm not so sure. This Iono is going to have to be one of Brent's best Ionos since he's been using this deck, because he's going to need a lot of help. He doesn't even have a lot of Psychics in the discard yet compared to the previous game.
And there is that 3 energy discard with Make It Rain. 150 damage, taking the knockout on the active Monkey Dory. Brent will be able to put it right back in play if he wants to, but no, has the Night Stretcher for the Kirlia.
Yep, not too bad. Has the attachment to retreat into Badu or into Clef if necessary. I think he would definitely appreciate the Badu right now, because a lot of energies went to the bottom of the deck. A lot of energies are stuck here. So finding 1 energy to knock out a Badu could actually be a challenging thing to accomplish for Caleb in this upcoming turn.
Yeah, especially if to think 3 energies were in the hand as well from that Energy Search Pro. Yeah. They're now on the bottom of the deck from the Iono. There is a case maybe to use Mind Bend with Monkey Dory.
Yeah.
Confuse the active Golden Go. It's an option, but at least right now, Brent Ultra Balls for that Pheasantipede EX, trying to draw some more cards.
Yeah, nobody inside could just go for the Mind Bend, as you mentioned. Does want the 3 extra resources. Found Screamtail, found a Ralts, and I think he found a Bravery Charm as well off of that. I think we're going to see the Mind Bend, Jeremy.
All right.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Now, Caleb did find the perfect card, which is Professor's Turo, in order to get rid of this confusion. So, could also Cypher Maniac for the switch as well to just get rid of the confusion. Doesn't mind the damage too much overall. First, we're going to draw cards.
Wow.
And it's the switch off the top. Oh, my God.
Like, let me show you something how to do it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, both of these players are extremely good and extremely talented. But in order to have, like, such consistent deep runs in tournaments, you definitely need a little bit of luck to go your way.
Well, how about finding a superior energy retrieval off the top as well?
Yeah, I mean, who needs supporters, Jeremy? They're overrated.
Yeah, look at that. The 4 cards Caleb's eyeing down is 2 Buddy Poffin to discard with that superior energy retrieval
perfect
and
cards.
the switch.
The perfect cards, the perfect leftover cards to have available in order to take this KO. Now, there's no middle energy in the discard pile, so it has to be this Gold Dengo attacking unless we commit the Cypher Maniac into getting the other middle, or we just need to pay our retreat cost, which is also perfectly fine. Eyeing up the Turo, though.
Yeah, you can Turo, it gets rid of the metal into the discard, and then you just get the metal back with that superior energy retrieval. And with that metal and the 3 other energies, that equals exactly enough to take the knockout on the active Monkey Dory.
And you get an extra coin, an extra 2 cards of your coin bonus as a reward. Now, that Professor's Turo is now gone, right? So it's all a matter of like resource management. Caleb valued the switch more than the Professor Turo, which is perfectly fine. Healing the damage is also pretty powerful in this instance. Eyeing up the Monkey Dory in terms of benching it, but no, we're just gonna go for the Make It Rain KO and go from there.
And it's actually important taking these knockouts on these Monkey Dory. This Pokemon helps Brent hit those big one-hit knockouts on 260 HP Golden Go EXs.
Had a Psychic, didn't choose to attach it on the active to retreat, so I have to wonder what the train of thought is behind that. I mean, are you really trying to find a Monkey Dory and a Dark Energy?
I mean, you play 4 Night
upcoming turn. Yeah, that's true. All right, we do find the secret box, the best consistency A-spec that we have seen so far. It will get played, but you just not getting used whatsoever against Goldingo this time around.
I think, if anything, you just try to eye down using it towards the end of the game where you can kind of lock Caleb out of it and just hope he plays into it.
Yeah, I mean, that could definitely be something to be like, oh, yeah, look, my body is in the discard pile. Oh, oops, nice stretcher, and then you... I mean, I'm sure that works against some players. I don't think that's going to work against Caleb.
Yeah, these are 2 top-tier players in the Pokemon TCG, especially this season.
Yeah, I mean...
Fox found everything that Brent really tries to need. We do see that Earthen Vessel. That's another Dark Energy. There's an Ultra Ball that could find the 3rd Monkey Dory.
So, Jeremy, you mentioned like how both of these players are extremely good, right? Like Caleb already has 3 top cuts this season. Brent also has, I think, 3 top cuts. He's won 5 regionals total so far. Both of these players top cut in Mexico, both events, which is like pretty, it's a funny coincidence, right? Brent ends up winning in Monterrey. Caleb came close in Merida and in Monterrey. So they're pretty familiar, especially this season. They've been playing a lot against each other.
And this might not even be the last time they play against each other. Both players already locked in for day 2. And Pablo, you said it was going to be impossible, but look at there. That's a Monkey Dory with the Dark Energy for the turn, and a Drifloon with a Bravery Charm. I think we're going to have the knockout here.
Yeah, we are. 4 energies onto it, along with the Adrenobrain damage that will be enough to take down this Goldingo. It does put Drifloon once again in range of that Jamming Tower, and now we have Cypher Maniac in hand. Oh, no, wait, no, never mind. It was Iono down to the bottom. Never mind.
Now, Caleb does have a Dracloak, so we can finally see that evolved, get a Recon Directive along with the active coin bonus. That's seeing 4 cards at least.
Yeah.
Has Boss's Orders in hand. But other than that, not much else. There is the coin bonus, Superior Energy Retrieval, and Fazadipity EX.
My gosh.
What a great draw from that coin bonus. Going to be able to continue drawing cards.
That is incredible.
Has an Earthen Vessel as well. So
yeah.
A lot of play here from Caleb and this Golden Go EX deck.
So with a Cypher Maniac close to the bottom, I mean, you know you're getting closer to the Jamming Tower, right? But I have to wonder if it's not worth it to just like make that Cypher Maniac live. You do have 2 others, right? Maybe 1 has been played. I mean, I'm sure Caleb knows the sequencing way better than I do.
Well, this Recon Directive put a Superior Energy Retrieval on the bottom of the deck. Caleb found that Nest Ball, which is a way to just get that shuffle like you were saying.
I think he's eyeing up a knockout on Fezandipity this turn, possibly, instead of going after Drifloon, because he knows he has access to that Jamming Tower next turn. I think that might be what we are going for. Deck still plenty of energy available right there. Caleb also, like, maybe considering not benching the Fezandipity at this point in time. We'll see.
Yeah, it's awkward. I think he might still, just because he was debating playing that Artisan. If you play the Artisan, you cannot play Jamming Tower this turn. So
Yeah.
that would shut down your route there. But like you said, does have the knockout on the Pheasantipity EX if he chooses with that boss's orders.
Definitely has enough cards to do so right now.
Now, if you do that, though, you don't have another Golden Go EX set up. So that Drifloon is already pretty much set up to take the KO on it.
Yep.
You would need a secondary attacker along with that Metal Energy.
Now, Caleb does know there are no more Psychic Energies in the discard pile, or if you didn't know, he's about to find out. I mean, Brent has 2 damage counters, which is perfect to KO the Gold and go after an Adrenabrain, right? So he's definitely well covered there. Okay,
nope,
we're just gonna take down the Drifloon.
Yeah. Again, still will have that play available in the following turns. This also kind of plays around the eventual Iono that you knew Brent had in hand.
Yeah. Immediate Iono, no Pheasantipity in play. Did find Arvin for a potential follow-up. Gimmighoul, Caleb playing extremely conservative this previous turn. I feel like if you bench the Pheasantipity, like you cover for yourself overall to just like, if your Golden Go gets KO'd, you have backup. Now if your Golden Go gets KO'd and you're left with a Gimmighoul and a Dracloak, I mean the only way it gets KO'd is with a Drifloon, I guess, so not the worst odds.
Yeah, there was that Bravery Charm on the Drifloon, but there was also the Bravery Charm on the Screamtail, and I think benching that Pheasantipity EX kind of is just giving it up to the Screamtail next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And the odds of Brent finding the third Bravery Charm to take the knockout on the Golden Go, especially with it being prized.
Yeah, exactly. We know it's prized. Brent knows it's prized, so he probably would have been happy if the Drifloon didn't get KO'd. Caleb doesn't know it's prized, but he's gonna... I mean, he won't necessarily find out if it doesn't get played this turn, but he'll be happy it whiffed, right?
Yeah.
Brent whiffed the Bravery Charm. So yeah, Golden Go is actually 100% safe this turn.
Now, I guess you could still, take a knockout on the active with Screamtail? I'm bad at math right now.
You need the 5th energy available and double Monkey Dury in order to accomplish that. So it is possible. It definitely is possible.
Yeah, we see Ultra Ball here discarding that 5th energy like you were saying.
There's the 5th energy hitting the discard pile. We need another Dark. We have the Night Stretcher. That's why the Monkey Dury is up here in the discard pile. It's about to get recovered. I see a Night Stretcher, and this is going to be even better. The Golden Go is going to get KO'd whilst the Dracloak is in the active. So Caleb will need to find a Metal Energy to attack with and the switch to retreat this Dracloak this turn. Wow.
What a turn from Brent, turning this entire game upside down. Retreat from that Gardevoir EX. The 5 energy Psychic Embrace to that active Screamtail with the Bravery Charm. And there is the 2 Adrenabrains and Roaring Scream to take the knockout. Now, looking at Caleb's hand, he does have the switch. There's an Arvin, a Cypher Maniacs, and a Water Energy.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Caleb, even if he finds the Jamming Tower this turn, oh wow, Golden Go off the top, not bad. But even if he finds the Jamming Tower, he will still need a boss's orders to take down the Pheasantipity this turn. Like, his counter catcher right now is live, so that is pretty big. That could be how he ends up winning, but I just don't think he has enough cards to find the Jamming Tower, find counter catcher, find Superior Energy Retrieval, find the metal, find enough energies. I'm not sure he has enough.
Now, if he does take a prize with the Jamming Tower, that means a Dark Energy gets added to the hand from the prize cards. But I think if Caleb basically has routes to either go like 2 out of the 3, right? He can get all the energy he needs and the Jamming Tower, or he can get the counter catcher and the Jamming Tower, or you get the energies and the counter catcher.
Yeah. You can't get absolutely everything. And this is where, I mean, if Caleb had the Pheasantipity in play this previous turn,
is it worth it just to grab the Pheasantipity? I
mean, I think if he has to piece everything right now, it's either Jamming Tower and Fez or Counter Catcher and Fez. and then hope you draw into the other one. We see the jamming tower get chosen. We're eyeing up boss as well. I mean,
can't play that this turn.
There's a counter catcher as well. That's not enough though.
I guess the one saving grace for Caleb is there's still no psychic energy in the discard. We know Brent has one in hand.
Yeah.
But is that going to be enough to even take the knockout on the Golden Go? I don't think it is.
Yeah, I mean, that could be just going after the Gardevoir, doing damage there. That could definitely be an option as well. Or even damaging the Fezandipity and putting it in range of a potential Adrenabrain later down the line. That could be an option.
Well, I'm just seeing the counter catcher on something. You're not afraid to get return KO'd back.
I feel like you'd want to set up game.
Yeah.
Right? Or try to set up game.
Now, Cypher Maniac put the 2 cards on top. Caleb's definitely going to need to play the switch before using that coin bonus, because remember, coin bonus only draws 2 cards in the active spot. Oh, drawing the 1.
Just 1. There's a counter catcher. So he knows jamming tower is the next card. I think we're going to see a stall play. Yep. We're just going to see a stall play right now. Are there 4 Ionos played right now? Maybe Caleb is confident that he just cannot get... Like, there's no psychic. We cannot do double Adrenabrain KO Golden Go for the win this turn. That is impossible at this point. We can heal and put ourselves out of range of the jamming tower, though, which is huge for Brent. That is amazing.
And on top of that, be able to just damage the Golden Go EX on the bench. Still leaves the Dracloak in the active spot, so you're forced to retreat. Brent could also be thinking maybe the switch is prized.
Yeah. All right, 160. Brent knows that the card at the top is something Caleb chose. So can Caleb pull this off? Now he will need Monkey Dury. Monkey Dury to put damage on the Screamtail, then the Jamming Tower, knock that out, then Counter Catcher to knock this guy out. So he needs some really good cards off the coin bonus and the Dracloak, and he has 1 turn to do it. This game will not... Either Caleb wins this turn, or Brent will take us to a game 3.
Again, interesting to have that coin bonus. Finds an Arven. That's not going to do it.
We need it.
We'll have to Dracloak for what? A Night Stretcher?
So we need either Night Stretcher, Nest Ball, Superior Energy Retrieval. I don't think... I mean, he would have immediately grabbed it if it was there. I didn't even get to see what they were. Oh my gosh.
Dragapult EX and then some other card.
Dragapult, okay. Why did we not switch first? Why did we not commit?
Yeah, that Golden Go's gonna get knocked out anyway from that Screamtail.
Would it have been... Oh, I think the Superior Energy Ritual was the next card, Jeremy. We had seen 4 cards instead of... Oh, it was Earthen Vessel. Never mind. All right. Can we do it? I think Caleb might just try to... I think he has to Counter Catcher, attack, not KO, and then hope for the best. Hope Brent somehow whiffs.
Yeah, there's at least 3 Night Stretcher in the discard.
So there's 5 Psychic Energy here. This is the 6th, and there's 2 Dark Energies. And we know there's 1 Psychic prize, right? That means Brent only has 1 Dark Energy left in his deck. I think the Turo was discarded.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Turo was already used. Or for Caleb, sorry.
Yeah, so Turo for Brent, I think might still be available. The Dark Energy's in the discard pile, so Brent needs to find Night Stretcher if he intends to retreat next turn. That's the only way he can pull this off. I think Caleb might wager that. That might be what he's thinking. There's only 1 energy left. If that, he doesn't know the Psychic is priced, right? So it comes down to Brent finding Night Stretcher to be able to retreat. I mean, I don't know exactly what he's doing. Oh, okay.
Okay, you definitely can't take a knockout, though. So there is that counter catcher on the Fezandipity EX. And a Jet Headbutt will set up game 4 next turn. Caleb has that fire energy in hand.
Oh,
does Brent have the retreat here?
Bravery Charm, Research.
Oh, wow.
Big 7 cards. Night Stretcher. Is it the last card?
He found it.
There's the Night Stretcher for the retreat. and we will be knocking out the Golden Go this turn. Wow, so close. What a game. Both players just playing so well.
Going through basically the entire deck to try to find that and sealing up what seems to be a tie. Granted, that Screamtail takes the knockout on that damaged Golden Go EX.
We're going to have Game 3 starting up right now. Caleb choosing to go second to open up that Technical Machine Evolution play as Brent goes bench rolls, attach, and pass.
Yeah, not even a Dark Energy, just the Psychic. And looking at the hand, it's a little awkward. It might be Ultra Ball for Cleffa, retreat, and try to Grasping Draw into some cards.
Yeah, not a lot of great cards available in the hand. At least he knows that Caleb won't be able to attack until the next turn, right? No aggression happening right now, so that Cleffa needs to be a hero Cleffa.
Well, this is the exact turn Caleb is hoping for. Technical Machine Evolution, getting that Golden Go EX and a Dracloak into play. Brent draws a card for the turn, immediately Ultra Balls. Discards a Kirlia and a Psychic Energy. And again, if you're grabbing Cleffa with this, you're not going to be grabbing Ralts. And not even grabbing Cleffa, grabbing Badoo.
Grabbing Badoo, really just trying to slow things down, realizes that he's in a bad spot. He could end up losing with the time remaining and the +3 turns. So he's going to try to make it so that Caleb whiffs a few KOs. Oh, we have Iono. Yeah. Never mind. I didn't see the Iono in hand.
I think Iono was the top deck for the turn, and it actually had the Ralts in play, so evolves the Ralts into Kirlia.
Yep. Finds Artisan, found another Ralts as well. So things are looking now pretty good overall.
And a Dark Energy to go along with that Monkey Dory. Here is that Itchy Pollen. 10 damage on that Monkey Dory from Caleb's side of things. Retreat to the Golden Go, finds a Dark and an Arven. And we are seeing Caleb just turn on the jets here.
Yep. We have the lightning. I mean, we have the middle. We have the energy. There's a knockout.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I think Caleb took the top card of the deck instead of the prize card.
Yep. He grabbed the top card instead of the prize card.
Was moving so fast. Just happened all at once. Now Brent's turn.
Yep, we are going ahead. The last thing that happened was Caleb taking a KO. And yeah, I mean, there's no penalty marked at the top. So perhaps we are taking into consideration in order to, I don't know, we'll get an update as soon as we can on what was the resolution. Was it a warning?
Game has resumed. Double prize penalty for Caleb. So.
All right. So a double prize penalty was awarded this time around.
We went with rules are rules, Pablo.
Rules are rules, and I understand it. Also, the highest tables, right? This is table number 2, right, of the tournament. Both undefeated players, both extremely high caliber players. So holding everyone to the high standard that is merited in this tournament is definitely worth it.
And now this changes Brent's kind of play now. He could have maybe gone for something different, but now we're going to see potentially a Drifloon knockout here. You have that Gardevoir EX Psychic Embrace able to retreat the Ralts into the Drifloon. Is there enough energy in the discard? It does seem like there's 4. There's also 5. Oh, wait, you can't attach all 4. There we go.
Yeah. There we go. 240 with Adrenabrain, 260, and there's a KO. So now Brent 1 KO away onto this Golden Go to win this game. Now, there's still a minute left, so even if time gets cold, Brent will have 2 turns, right? So even if Caleb tried to like play ultra defensively and prevent Brent from taking 2 prizes, I don't think that's possible at this point in time. So Caleb might just be going all out with the offensive as well. Has Iono in hand, so could try to disrupt Brent a little bit, perhaps.
Hear me out. This hand's actually kind of stacked. It has Counter Catcher. It has the Jamming Tower to take the knockout on the Drifloon, and then the Iono to put Brent down to 4 cards.
Yeah, I mean, thing is, can you get a follow-up KO? I mean, if you can KO the Guardy and KO the Drifloon, I think a rare candy might have been discarded. So getting a Gardevoir EX after, if this one goes down, could actually be very difficult. And Caleb would be down to 2 prize cards. one boss away from winning by knocking out that Fezandipity. So this is anyone's game. Without the double price penalty, it would be super favored for Caleb. With the price penalty, it's anyone's game, Jeremy.
Yeah, and that's kind of how things have shaped up here in this game 3 for our round 7. Both of our players are 6-0, already locked up for day 2, but you need as many match points as possible to try to make it into top cut. Right. Caleb had that Earthen Vessel fetched out 2 energy. Now there's 5 in hand.
We have a Dark for Monkey Dory, which is definitely not impactful at all. We have an Ultra Ball for our next Golden Go as well. There's 5 energies. We have Arven, we have Counter Catcher, we have Jamming Tower. Time has now been called though. So Caleb is turn 0. He needs a 3-prize knockout this turn and a 2-prize knockout next turn to win the game.
It's very doable.
And it's very doable.
Energy Search Profound. All right, I think this might help get Caleb over the hump to take the knockout on the Gardevoir EX.
Yeah, I
3 energy, there was so. 5 in hand, so you have 7 total.
Now we're definitely not gonna Iono this turn, right? Because you have all those energies accumulated. Now we have the Ultra Ball into the Golden Go that will give us 2 extra cards as well. You can see now Caleb definitely on the edge, right? Very nervous after the silly mishap we had. Gonna get the Golden Go. Please don't do it again, Caleb. Please take your prize card and not your top deck.
Golden Go EX found has enough energies in hand to take a knockout on anything he chooses. And with the Counter Catcher, along with...
Ooh, Superior Energy Retrieval found as well as a Golden Go. All right, Counter Catcher onto the Guardy. Jamming Tower to take a prize card.
Oh, almost did it again. Oh, that was so scary.
All right, and we definitely have enough energies. And even if we didn't, we got a Superior Energy off the prize card. Oh no, it was a Puffin, never mind. But we have the Superior Energy in hand, so.
Yeah, Caleb actually discarded the Arven with the Ultra Ball instead of the Iono in hand. Could have potentially saved that Arven for another Superior Energy Retrieval the following turn if you needed.
Yep.
But really trying to hope to boss.
Failing the Puffin. No Dreepy or Gimme Goal, and 7 energy KO. Make it rain on the Gardevoir EX. Now it's Brent against the rope. Can he respond with a Rare Candy Gardevoir and a Bravery Charm with a Night Stretcher for the Drifloon to get a return KO here? That would be insane to see, Jeremy.
Yeah, we see Night Stretcher and that Bravery Charm in hand already. Nestball is going to check the deck to make sure there is 1 Rare Candy and a Gardevoir EX in the deck.
And
along
Secret
with
Box.
A Night Stretcher. Secret Box as well, yes.
Yeah, so this flip the script could literally flip the script on this game. Like, this could be insane to see.
Well, I think Brent also has access to Professor's Research.
Yeah, I mean, that also works.
Do you thin the deck out of this one waltz? No.
So if Brent takes a 2-prize knockout this game, or this turn, he will win the match, right? If he doesn't, he will have another turn unless Caleb wins, right? Oh, this is...
This has gotten very close,
this
Pablo.
Shuffle is so clutch. This cut, Jeremy, will decide this game most likely. All right. We have 2 Night Stretchers in hand.
That's the unfortunate part, right? You'd want at least the other one in the deck.
Yeah.
Because it's another out to Gardevoir.
Gardevoir, yeah, exactly. So would you ever risk the Fezandipity here? Because, well, no, to get the Rare Candy or Secret Box, I feel like you don't. Okay, so we're going to get Budyu. That pretty much confirms we're not going to go for it. Brent knows he has another turn, right? This is turn 1.
Yeah.
So Brent could be playing the long game, essentially. Buy yourself a turn, be patient, bring up the other Golden Go with the Counter Catcher, try to buy time or bring up, I mean, anything really. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to go for. How many Metal Energy are here? I couldn't tell. Oh.
Bravery Charm on the Badoo.
Okay. That's not what I was expecting. I was generally expecting Night Stretcher for Drifloon. Okay.
Now this
so
was
Brent,
a big 7 cards. If he would have had it with the Rare Candy Gardevoir here,
Oh, but the jam, he also
Oh,
needs
that's
a
right.
stadium. I completely forgot about that. He also needs a copy of Artisan.
Is the Artisan even left in deck?
There might not be an Artisan left in the deck, you're right.
There's one in the prize cards, and I believe Brent used
Yeah.
the other one.
Yeah, so there's no way to get rid of that jamming tower right now. So now, I think Brent decided to play defensively then, because he knows he can't win this game.
Play for the tie.
Yeah, and I mean, Caleb definitely doesn't have enough energy left to go boss, KO, Pheasantipity, even with as many coin bonus as he has right now, because he will be locked out of item cards because of Badu this turn. So that's a pretty big deal. Yeah, I think Brent might be able to successfully stop Caleb from winning. And I mean, I'm glad the double price penalty is really not truly affecting the game. It's a third Night Stretcher with no Drifloon recovered. Touch Retreat and Itchy Pollen. So now we're on to Caleb's last turn of the game. I don't think Caleb can win this game.
It does not look like it. Yeah, a lot of energy in the discard. A ton of superior energy retrieval in the hand, but you cannot play those under Itchy Pollen.
I mean, I feel like a tie is a very fair result between both of these players, right? Both of them are extremely good. They played so well. I feel like without the prize penalty, this was Caleb's game to lose, right? Like, Caleb had a huge advantage. Now that Iono has been played, Caleb knows he will not be winning this game at all. He can aspire to a tie. He needs Brent to not get 2 prizes next turn, and I feel like it's going to be very difficult. Brent did find Gardevoir EX and Secret Box off the prize cards. I mean, off the Iono, but with the Artisan being prized, I don't think he can stretch for a KO here. There's the Secret Box.
And this is where you would be able to, if it was in the deck, Secret Box, able to search for the Artisan. But it being prized just kind of shuts down this play from Brent.
I think Brent is realizing now that he can't do it. It felt like he went through his deck looking for the card, and then he was disappointed to not find the other second copy of Artisan being prized. Just saved Caleb from losing this match.
Yeah, there is the handshake.
There we go. It's a tie.
Are going to tie for round 7, going to a 6-0-1 record. Not where you really want to be, but it is still a great record to try to make it into day 2 at 7-0-1.